little down under band. We were touring America then, north and south, up and down the east coast. Hard, fun, tough, and there are things you remember most. In a New Jersey town, a friendly voice called out like a familiar sound. Took us on into their home, the mighty ever-loving Bumpskey Radio and TV show. Mighty ever-loving Bumpskey Radio, for all your love and kindness, helping people shine. For all bands like us, you've given of your time. We all thank you and wish you so well. Bumpskey, happy 25. Bumpskey, happy 25. Bumpskey, happy 25. Happy 25, Bumpskey.
Thank you, Marty. Marty from the On Fires. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think I should sound okay, Bumpskey. I tested it, but if it doesn't sound okay, you let me know. How's everybody doing? How you all doing? You doing good? I hope so. It's not that easy out there right now. A lot of fighting, a lot of governments not agreeing with each other. It's difficult out there. It's difficult to be a human being. You know what I'm saying? How do I look? I think I look pretty good. I don't think I need to be a little bit brighter. Right. So let's see. Let's start the show off for any of the service people that might be listening in the Middle East. I know we've had a few times, like in 2003, there were military people listening, and a couple of times we've had military people listening to the show. I really do appreciate that. So that's always a nice thing. All right. Let's see what we should start the show off. Let's start with a couple of songs for the military. Show our respect for the military. I respect these soldiers that are risking their lives for us. And I pray to God to look over them and make sure that this only lasts for 4 weeks and as many Americans come home as possible. And we all think positive and hope for the best for our military. At least I do. I'm not one of these crazy people that I saw this woman. I don't know, she's like 20. I hope they all die over there. How disgusting. How disgusting that is. But hey, this is America. You have the right to be disgusting. 7:13 moments left to countdown.
Sometimes as a thief, always a reminder that we've never
moments left to count down. 7:13. Saluting the brave men and women of the United States tonight. Here's Amanda's Waiting. This one's called The Patriot. Live from the Bumpskey living room.
This time, let's rise above with love and understanding. Come together. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil I'm put to the test. I'll never be the same. There are names on the faces that are read on the wall, images of heroes that I see rise and fall. I'll never be the same. Come together. Buried underneath in this pile of rubble, rise the souls of angels, come to ease our troubles. I'll never be the same. I hold my candle, I am one of many. I pray for the world and even the enemy. I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same. I wanna wear my stars and stripes today. I never was a patriot until today. I'll never be the same. I wanna wear my stars and stripes today. I never was a patriot until today. I'll never be the same. Come together. Come together. Come together today. Come together. Come together. Come together. Come together today. Come together. Come together. Come together today. Come together. Come together. Come together today.
All right, so that is Amanda's Waiting, The Patriot. And this is going to be, this one's called Soldier. that soldier. Sending all the love, the praise, the prayers, the everything we can out to our service people. All the men and women in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. All those people that aren't being pussies and putting their lives on the line for us and for Iranian people and for Israeli people and people all over the world. We thank you. I'm ashamed of some of the people in this country and the way that they're treating people in the military, but hey, it is America and you have the right to do whatever you want to do as long as you're not hurting somebody. So you do you. I'll do me. And I say, God bless all the service members who are currently involved in the Fist of Fury or whatever it's called. The Final Fury, or I think it's called We're Opening a Can of Whoop Ass. And we're pissed. I think that's what it's called. We're pissed that we had to do this. And we're going to make sure that we don't have to do it again. We tried to peacefully, or at least I have to take the president's word, we tried to peacefully resolve the issue. But I know for a fact, for 47 years, Iran has been an issue. Iran, however you want to say it. They've been an issue for 47 years. They started out their regime by kidnapping American citizens. I mean, come on. Really? Does the president really need a reason after 47 years of these guys doing all this stuff? And then I go on the internet and I see protests in Amsterdam and I see protests in the UK and I see protests all over the place. And they're all Toronto, Los Angeles, London, Stockholm. All Iranian people marching for a free Iran. Over 1 million people in all these places. 250,000 in Germany. 350,000 in Toronto. All want the same thing, a free Iran. And I saw that the UK and Spain kind of put the poo-poo on the whole Fist of Fury and denounced it. And thank you, President Trump, once again, doing the right thing. As soon as Spain denounced our Fist of Fury, Donald Trump fisted him up the ass by turning off all monetary support to Spain. The United States won't be giving any more money to Spain. Good for you, Donald Trump, President Donald Trump. Now, what about the UK? I have friends in the UK. I love the UK. But I know for a fact the UK isn't the same UK it was 20 years ago. And I know for a fact the United States saved the UK. Otherwise, they'd be Heil Hitlering, and Hitler's great-grandson would be the king, and not Charles, if it wasn't for the United States. I know that, too. And thousands of American lives. And the payback is the UK denounces. Why don't you just shut the fuck up? STFU. Do we really need to hear your opinion? After all the shit we've done for the United Kingdom? Better watch out. Donald Trump's the president. I love that they think like Donald Trump's this warmonger. It's like, oh my God, he attacked Iran. Really? They needed a good ass beating 40-something years ago. It's about time somebody gave him an ass beating. And, they're trying to say that we bombed a school full of kids. And other outlets are saying, no, that's not true. It was an Iranian bomb. Let me put it to you this way. If you're in a war zone, much like in London in World War II, get your ass underground. Dig a hole, whatever you got to do. Get your ass underground somewhere. So, I don't know if they have subway systems in Iran or how it works, but basically, don't have your kids in school. Don't go to work. You're getting the shit bombed out of you. I would be hiding somewhere. That would probably be what I would be doing if I didn't want to get bombed. And I'm assuming only military and big cities. I mean, Iran is, there's some places where it's wide open, and I'm sure there's no bombing going on there. Send your children there. But get them out of Tehran and get them away from any kind of military thing. And if you know the guy down the street is a Khomeini, I would get the hell out of there. I'd get away from all the Khomeinis, all the Ayatollahs. So I'm just shocked. And I am supporting the 4 to 5 week mission. That's what I support. So if you ask Jerry what he supports, Jerry supports the President of the United States. I support the President of the United States saying it's going to be 4 to 5 weeks. And I support the Navy, the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, the National Guard. I support them all. And if you don't, fuck you. All right? I support them all. 5 weeks, President Trump. 5 weeks. Do the job. Do the job that needs to be done. Now, of course, the Democrats are going to try and stop him from, and then they'll be the ones complaining that, look, it drug out for 6 months. It took us 6 months to get out of there. Tell the president, listen, you got 5 weeks. In 5 weeks, everybody comes home. That's it. You got 5 weeks. Let's see what he can do. And that's my opinion. God, look over all of our men, all of our young men that are out there doing the difficult thing that nobody could do for years. And God bless our president. And look over our president and keep him safe. Everybody else in the government, keep them safe. And let's do what needs to be done. And stop pussyfooting around. That wasn't good for anybody. In like 3 months, in the past 3 months, I think the Iranian government killed 40,000 Iranians. At least that's the numbers that they're throwing around. Usually, when they're throwing around numbers, usually, I would say they're lowballing it. If they're saying 40,000, it's probably more like 80,000. So 4 or 5 weeks, get them all home. Let's have a big party. A big parade, a big party. That's what I'm behind. When all these guys come home, I want to have a big effing party. And we should, because it's the 250th anniversary of the country. So we should just build it all together into this big effing party. What do you think? I think it would be good. I think we could use it. I know those guys can use it. those guys, when they come back from playing all those video games, they're gonna need a little party. We could do something like celebrate that let's celebrate that everybody is back where they belong. Oops, that wasn't what it was supposed to do, was it, Jerry? That wasn't what it was supposed to do. Why did you do that? I don't know. Let's do this. All right, so then we can celebrate that they're back where they belong.
All right, are you ready, girls? Yeah! Yeah! Play some guitar! Hope, are you ready? Oh, yeah. How about you, Sugar? Uh-huh. And Rocket's in the house. Smash, are you ready? Yeah. Play the drums, girl! Let's go!
Cruising on a highway, heading on. Do you wanna have some fun? Ride along. Back where you belong. Can you feel the rhythm? Hear the song. It's coming from inside of you. Won't be long. Back where you belong. Back where you belong. Once lost, now I've arrived. It makes me wonder why. This place makes me come alive. Feel love like thunder. It's like thunder. All unknown places will sing their song. All the pretty faces sing along. Back where you belong. Back where you belong. Once lost, now I've arrived. It makes me wonder why. This place makes me come alive. Feel love like thunder. Back where you belong. Back where you belong. Once lost, now I've arrived. It makes me wonder why. This place makes me come alive. Feel love like thunder. Feel love. Hearts full of wonder why. Full of love. Feel love like thunder. Feel love like thunder. Yeah.
Cocktail Slippers, back where you belong. It's going to be on their new album.
Oh, excuse me. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Dina, the inspiration for the Nancy Botwin character in the TV show Weeds, and I'm here to wish the Bumpskey Show the very best on its 21st anniversary of supporting music, art, and the weed culture, blazing the way for future broadcasters. Not as many hits as a cat video on YouTube, but just as important. Peace and love and rock and roll, and lots of dabs.
Incubus Love Child. Let's get a little spacey. IncubusLoveChild.com. This one's called Dead World. Check out IncubusLoveChild.com. Go to skidmark.org or skidmark.org also and check out other independent artists in the space rock genre. Dead World.
Ahead of schedule, we're entering the realm of science fiction, strapping ourselves into reclining chairs, watching screens fill with a planet that looks something like the Earth we remember, but less detailed, less hospitable. Entering into the spirit of things, we adopt expressions of heroic concentration and end each sentence with over. Who'd have thought that dystopia would be so mundane? Who'd have thought that parallel worlds would be stacked so tight there'd be no room left to breathe? Rivers run black, and when we check the likelihood of a breathable atmosphere, the data's inconclusive. Winking digits demanding caution while confirming the lack of any alternative. Scans estimate a population of almost 8 billion humans, but the only voice in our retro headset, sizzling through static that blisters like boiling fat, is the big bad wolf, suggesting last-minute adjustments and promising a warm welcome. Sometimes the most important decisions come down to generic tropes and narrative expectations, and I momentarily consider a young girl running through a dark wood, a proud pig thatching his dream home, raising a licked anthropomorphic finger to test the weather. But we're locked into our story like a rebel ship in a tractor beam, braced for a battle against insurmountable odds. We prepare ourselves for impact, exchanging steely smiles as the galaxy howls like a wolf. And I wonder at what point I should reach for your hand. Past and future are indistinguishable in this world, but churches blossom and fade as supermarkets rise and fall. It's a matter of tides and needs, of lies and deeds, of sky and seeds, and all things flowering in the correct angle of light. And in the avenues of pound shops and charities, a cortege of shopping trolleys weaves its solemn duty past bowing queues at empty cash machines, reaching respect from doorway smokers and buskers with cheap amplifiers who only know 2 songs, both of them sad. And some days we are all priests, regardless of belief. And rain is our ministry, dirt our solemn duty. The procession passes, all name tags and grudging smiles, clicking loose change like rosaries. Everything has a sell-by date, and the Sunday girl arranges wilting flowers, lights half-price candles with her unfinished homework. Thy will be done. Have a nice day. And on a bench by a corner, there's the big bad wolf sitting, blowing on rigid fingers he's bitten from hands that have fed him. It's so cold that he can hide his yellow grin behind his own breath. He hands me a tourist guide that shows nothing but exit roads and the Canis Minor dwarf galaxy. He crosses himself, then crosses the street, whistling, his rough paw slapping the child's tambourine. By the time I find you, you're sleeping in a hall lined with crooning radios, your dreams rising and falling like the North Sea, your coarse sheets rustling like wet sand. It's a sleep bought with cigarette coupons chosen from a glossy catalogue, then lost for 50 years. Your family is no longer at this address, but the doorbell rings like a calliope, and you swing your smooth brown legs from under a mountain of half-remembered half-truths, and you're unbolting the door before you can even say Big Bad Wolf. And before you know it, there's cocoa in hand-thrown mugs, I'm toasting crumpets at the snickering fire, and the wolf settles himself into the slack-springed armchair to tell you a story. His voice is a radio, lost between stations, a pirate on 20 a day, but you have never felt as safe. So you close your tiny fists into that soft, warm belly fur as he hubs you back into yourself. And it's important to remember that when no one else can hear, wolves sing falsetto, their pitch shifting like moistened fingers on the rims of wine glasses. Wolves, of course, know nothing of glass, sipping wine from silver goblets inscribed with scenes from wolf history and wolf folktale. And wolves can't read, but they forget nothing, retelling their stories time after time as cleanly as biting into an apple. Wolves have no need for apples, preferring the taste of meat and stories. They have no interest in spices or metaphors, and all their anecdotes end with feasting. And when they enter the town, dressed in neutral suits and colourful ties, wolves don't sing at all, keeping their voices for casual greetings and pragmatic alliances. But when they queue for coffee and when they slump into the backs of taxis, their every nerve howls. In the dark, our hearts beat so close they could be two sides of the same drum, syncopating with the city's lopsided jazz. And on Main Street, wolves wear the sweltering night buttoned tight around their shaggy necks. They've given up on scrub and step, headed to where cicadas sing and margaritas come in chilled jugs with sugared rings. All through the day there's been flesh on display, bums, guns and guts reddening in flip-flopped afternoons, overripe for the tasting, burnt silly with the freedom of mini-break madness. But oh, those brief nights are best, with skunk-humming preloaded party animals stagger swaggering in slurred strobes, pop-eyed, blind and limp by the wind. And away in the west a lighthouse winks and looks away, and the wolves losing their collars tap ringed fingers on the seafront rail, lick the spittle from their cornered grins as they sniff the sweat and cologne. What big dreams you have, but it's 4 a.m. and the bass ripples to the sea. Wake the irritable world, and the wolves are rolling up their sleeves, nodding their heads to the irresistible beat. Towards the door, the music creeps up the back stairs, trailing cheap wine and cigarettes, hot under distressed leather. Its hair's mussed up and its boots are scuffed, and it speaks in an accent that could be San Francisco or Shangri-La, whispering at the keyhole like the big bad wolf himself. drums on the jam like forbidden dancing, greased back and slide, pulse deep and insistent. But when you open the door, there's nothing there but the last of the big city night, with all its tired silence. And you listen for rhythms in the distant traffic, in the push and pull of elevators and underground trains, but there's only hushed voices turning you back to sleep. So you close the door like a prayer that, when you turn, there's the music, sprawled and grinning on the beat-up sofa, tap, 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 tapping a body-warm bottle, and it raises to its red lips. Because when all's said and done, the big bad wolf's not so big or bad, so I invite him round every once in a while. We've little in common, but long years of huffing and puffing, and it's best to avoid politics or religion with wolves, so we keep conversation insubstantial. How my job's going, what's new in the dark wood, and how there's a trend towards personal redemption and wider morality in current TV comedy shows. I reckon the latter's a good thing, but the big bad wolf feigns ambivalence, adhering to his culturally prescribed role. He never stays late, getting twitchy when the light fades and the howling starts, gathering darkness into a concert of freedom and need. So when he takes his leave, his paws are hot and wet in my cold hand. And even as we exchange commonplaces on the threshold, I can see his eyes are elsewhere, unpicking the hunger we share but never mention in the spiced heart of my gingerbread house. So here we are, still braced for touchdown, still spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Still blinking in the beauty of astronomical distances. Gaseous clouds become nothing but light and distance, crab head in the night sky, horse head in the night sky, cliffs fall away into the sea, and the lighthouse performs its dervish dance, curling back over the horizon. The speed of erosion is relative. Light and distance, bright points delineating neither archer nor goat. And out on the waves, a shadow of a boat, arbitrary intersections, perception, belief, preparing a meditation of lighthouses. Blink. We are entering the realm of science fiction. Blink, light and distance, light and distance, light, distance, over.
Incubus Love Child live. That one's called Dead World. Off of the Live 25 collection, which is right here in my hand, as you can see. Skidmark Multimedia. That's interesting. I never noticed that before. Incubus Love Child, Live 25. Go to incubuslovechild.com. incubuslovechild.com or skidmark.org and get a copy either on vinyl or cassette or digital download, whatever way you want it. Skidder will serve it up any way you want it. There you go. I love YouTube viewers. They tune in for like, I swear, literally 20 seconds. And then they're like, oh, don't like this, gotta go. 20 seconds. What an attention span we got now. What do we do, man? What do we do to people? Especially kids. They literally, anything more than a minute and forget about it. They can't handle it. I don't know. Anyhow, let's do, this is Cranberry Suit. This one's called Empty Sound.
Sometimes I get those thoughts, they feel so blind. And oh, it'll set me free. And oh, but ain't that just like me? an empty set.
Interesting how there's a ton of mandolin in that song, and there's no mandolin player in the video. Alright, so here's 5-Year Jacket. Bumpskey Bash 2003. This one's called Everything. Everything, baby.
First taste in the basement, burning my throat. And I met my father when I was 13 years old. Smoke on a barn roof, I threw up in the snow. Stayed hot and dark in the park till it wasn't white as a ghost. And winter would creep in and kiss my bones. And I lingered longer and I lose control. Everything that I say I can do, I can feel you from farther away than the God they say loves us, but I never pray. It seems far away and full of fear, no silhouettes, and I pray to fear cigarettes. And everything that I see I can see, you feel me, big as the sea, oh God who's free. Love us, but I don't agree. Nothing's for free. My grandfather fought overseas. You learn how to slaughter, dig the trees. Well, my mother's his daughter. She raised me alone. She burns for warmth and I burn for show. Everything within range goes to flame when she walks by. She's hotter than night. She's better than I'll ever be. Your place, did you call your bluff? She's tough, she's fair, and it bears remembering the air of fear and trembling. And everything that I claim I can blame on my father. It's probably mine. It's healing with time. Everything I say I can do, I can feel you from farther away than the God they say loves us. And I never pray. It seems far away and full of fear. Silhouettes and I pray to fear and cigarettes. And everything I see I can be. Can you feel me as big as the sea? Oh, the God who's free. Love us, but I don't agree, 'cause nothing's for free. At least not
5-year jacket. That's everything. All right, let's see if we could.
Thanks for coming, y'all.
See if we could change the world with some music, huh? Let's change the world, everybody.
When I was a young boy, my father said to me, never take for granted your gift of liberty. Remember all the people who suffered for your rights. Ask the Lord for courage should you ever have to fight. But now our freedom's threatened, not from overseas. It comes from all around us and spreads like a disease. It's polarizing neighborhoods, churches, and the state. Focus on identity, and all you get is hate. Celebrate, stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it. Celebrate, stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it better. Why, tell me why, when I open up my eyes, I see violence all around. And watching the news, yeah, I always get the blues. All this fighting gets me down. People in high places who cannot get their fill, they must divide the races, no matter who gets killed. It's all about more power, prestige and control. They'll offer you protection in exchange for your soul. Celebrate, stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it. Celebrate, stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it better. You gotta change the world and make it better. You gotta change the world and make it better. You gotta change the world and make it better.
What makes us strong is not the diversity, it's actually the unity. What makes us strong is not the differences, it's actually the harmony. What makes us strong is, can we bring people from different backgrounds and combine them when actually those backgrounds are not as important? E pluribus unum. It means out of many, one.
Celebrate, stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it. Celebrate, stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it. Celebrate, stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it. Celebrate, stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it better. You gotta change the world and make it better. You gotta change the world and make it better. You gotta change the world and make it better.
We gotta change the world and make it better. Brian Coyne, please support Brian Coyne. Change the world, Brian, with a song. Change the world with a song. That's what it's all about, right? Here's another one. The good in us. Let's talk about the good in us for a change.
I heard the terrifying news today. The lady said that I was full of hate. She said our history would die away. She said that we were never really great. And then she said I'd never be her brother. That we would have to pay for what we've done. And we could never learn to live From childhood through college graduation, they teach them there are things not to discuss. Hypnotic and myopic education, and the blind will never see the good in us. A wise man said, don't judge them by their color. We need to see the character within. All races have their villains and their heroes. You only need to look beyond the skin. Oh, won't you tell me what you see? Oh, are you a slave or are you free? We must open up our eyes long before we turn to dust. 'Cause the blind will never see the good in us. Won't you tell me what you see? Won't you tell me what you see? Tell me what you see. Oh, a slave or are you free? We must open up our eyes long before we turn to dust. It's not hard to see the good in all of us.
All right, the real Neil Fox. TheRealNeilFox.com is the website. Go check out Neil Fox. I'm sure he would appreciate it. It would be darn nice of you. Support the artist any way you can. Before Neil Fox, we had Brian Queen, another very talented artist. Of course, I wasn't ready, so that was totally my fault. There we go. Oh boy. Yeah, so Brian Coyne. It was very good, wasn't it? Yes. Yes, it was. A lot of good stuff today. Cocktail slippers, cranberry suit, 5-year jacket, Incubus Love Child, 713, and the list goes on and on and on. Great indie artists. Right there. So, sending our peace and love out to all the servicemen. And Bumpskey just came in here and told me what the name of the operation is. And of course, I was doing 87,000 things and I forgot it again. So, but you all know what it is. Say a prayer for all the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Secret Service. What's the state one? The state one is the National Guard. All those service people we send a prayer out for. And we wish that God look over everybody and end this whole thing quickly. And maybe we could be back to normal in 3 or 4 weeks. I don't think so. But who knows? I hope we can just get through this and move on to bigger and better things. But I will say this. This is the last time I want to hear about Iran in the news. Iran, whatever it is. Last time. This better be the last time we deal with them funding terrorists, and the last time. So please, President Trump, I beg of you, make sure this is it. Okay? Because I don't really want to hear about that country ever again. Way too many Americans have died for Iran. Or Iran funded terrorist groups. But I just want to make sure I make this perfectly clear. Before I said that all these Iranian people in like Toronto and the UK and Germany and Amsterdam and Los Angeles, they're all out in the streets protesting that they're happy that this is going on. And none of them are carrying, like, sometimes you'll see at these protests, like, ISIS flags and flags for terrorist groups. None of that. No looting. Nobody got shot. How does that happen? How does 350,000 Iranians march through Los Angeles? Nobody got shot. They totally respected the police. How does that happen? Is anybody hearing me? Nobody got shot. 350,000 people. Not 400 people with whistles. You get it? Ugh. Anyway, don't forget. Care about each other, take care of each other, love each other, respect each other. If you can't do all that at once, start with respect. Once you respect somebody, you can easily care about that person. Oh, look, there's a human being. I won't run them over. I won't rape them. I won't steal their money. That's caring about somebody. And then once you respect them, which gives you the ability to care about them, then if something should happen to them, look, I didn't run over him, but somebody else did. I'm going to go help. Now you're caring about somebody. Now you respect somebody. You care about somebody, and you're even taking care of them. Because they're hurting the road, and you're going to help them. You're going to call an ambulance, whatever you're going to do. It's a beautiful thing, right? So you're like one step away from loving that person. And it doesn't have to be in a physical way. It could be like, yo, bro, I love you, bro. Yo, bro, I love you, bro. Sisters, I love you, sister. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a physical, sexual love, or it could lead to that too. Who knows? You never know. But the point is, it's a progression. You have to start somewhere. Respect is always a good place to start. You hear me? Because I know I get no respect. Me and Rodney Dangerfield, no respect. All right. Peace, everybody. sending peace out to everybody. And don't forget, sending prayers out to all our servicemen all around the world, even here in the United States. We respect you, we love you, and we appreciate your service. Always remember, and never forget,
Chicken parm time.
it is truly chicken parm time.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right.
If you could stand for our national anthem, that would be fantastic. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? God bless the USA.